Alright, so now we're getting into the meat of the Captain America Rail Hydra level with the assault here on the Hydra base. And you get two characters to carry this out. You get classic Captain America using the same classic uniform that he would have sported in LEGO Marvel Superheroes. And you also get a new figure, Bucky Barnes. And unfortunately for Cap, Bucky is probably the more useful character between the two, because Bucky Barnes has several characteristics. First off, he's got his gun, which means that he's a distance fighter. And that's always helpful, particularly when it comes to destroying lots of things quickly, like these studs. Because we're still going after the studs at this point. Another thing that Bucky has got the capability of doing, he can throw grenades to destroy silver Lego objects. Bucky can also use a grappling gun to, activate the same sort of hinges that Hawkeye normally deals with, or that you would have been familiar with Spider-Man dealing with from LEGO Marvel's Avengers. So, really, Bucky Barnes is probably the more useful character here. You will need Cap, because there will be things involving fire, and also the little shield squares that Cap gets, and a couple of shield switches. But, other than a couple of times, you might as well just stay as Bucky most of the way through. So here we've got, this scene is from Captain America the First Avenger. It is the base where Cap finds Bucky, one of the Hydra factories where they were busy manufacturing the stuff with which the Red Skull hoped to take over the world. So we're going to fight these cannons, and we fight them by waiting for them to shoot long enough for their shields to run out. Then we attach a little hook to them so that Bucky can rip that off and then throw a grenade into the silver Lego stuff and blow up the gun. And there are 3 guns, so we do this a total of 3 different times. While we're doing this, of course, we're going to be assaulted by a number of Hydra soldiers back in the, I guess I wouldn't say the good old days, but, back when Hydra was a little bit more conventional of a military outfit, although they'd never been particularly conventional. So you can see you can see the thing open up there, so we just need to send Bucky into place, have him pull it off, and we just need to get our grenade in there. And success. Bucky's skill set here will be the basis of his skill set when he becomes the Winter Soldier later on. Now, Chris Evans' voice in these scenes is taken directly from Captain America the First Avenger. Bucky's voice is actually provided by a different voice actor. This is not Sebastian Stan as Bucky. This is somebody else. So if you were hoping for that or expecting that, it's not really the case. Also, the Red Skull and Armin Zola are fully voiced by different guys than the people who played them in the first Captain America movie. So if you were hoping for Hugo Weaving as the Red Skull, it doesn't happen here.
said those cannons were state of the art, Doctor.
Alright, so now we need to get up off of this level, and what better way to do it than a vent? So that little vent will carry us to the second level. After taking one last look around, see if I missed any studs. Okay, you can see a mini kit there. You can't really reach that without a flying character. And here you see the happy little Hydra soldiers, including the big Hydra soldier, that they're going to send down to deal with us. Now, they can't get to us unless we lower the electric grid or whatever that's splitting us off from them. So I'm going to take my time and go and grab some more studs in this area. And as you can see, I'm just using Bucky's submachine gun to just, pelt any object that might break into Lego studs. Okay, you can see a box here that clearly made of gold. We don't have a character who can deal with that among us. I'm not really sure if you were to come back in free play, who the most period appropriate character would be. Probably Jim Hammond, the original Human Torch, would be a good character to use in this level. At least he's time relevant, and he could also destroy those gold pieces. Okay, and once again, Hydra has used Captain America shield switches as part of their technology. An oversight, I'm sure. That doesn't seem like a particularly smart thing to do, since you've basically given Captain America access to your inner workings. Now, to deal with the big Hydra soldier who killed us, you need to get behind Captain America's shield and use it to deflect the beam. If you don't, it will kill you in a few seconds. And I probably lost a few studs through losing lives in this section. So that's something else to keep in mind. But as long as you got Captain America's shield down where he can deflect the beam, the big Hydra soldier is not that big of a problem. Okay, so now we're in pursuit of the head Hydra bosses, and they get away through that door. Meanwhile, more Hydra soldiers burst through this door, and the game basically hints that this is where you want to go, and they show you some Bucky-related stuff that you can use to get there. Again, you can go there pretty quickly. All you need to do is kill these Hydra soldiers and get to that stuff and throw your grenade and blow up the silver object. But we're trying to get all the studs. So we're actually going to run around and stuff. And there we generate a way for someone to get across to the other catwalk. In this case, I sent Bucky, and you can see some stuff going on below, sort of floating in the air. And that stuff you can get to in free play, but you can't do it here. And so now we're going to head on down to this lower level, and grab some more studs out of the stuff down here. Now, this is not a secret path. Although it looks like it's set up as one. I mean, you can see the thing that looks like it's a silver Lego brick. You can see the fire that looks like you should be able to put it out with Captain America's shield. That exit is not, you're not meant to be able to go there at all. This is your proposed way out. So Bucky rips down that, opens the ladder. He just deflects a grenade backwards where it won't do us any good. And then even though Cap is sitting down on the bottom floor, you know, we can transition to the next scene.
It is of no concern, Doctor. Hydra does not retreat. Let us see how the heroic Captain America deals with this.
Alright, so now Cap and Bucky have to engage the Red Skull. And this is the only time that you get to fight the Red Skull directly in the game. You know, you can see the little stealth detector, or the little motion sensor back there, protecting a mini kit, so you have to use a stealth character in free play to go get that. And the Red Skull is shooting his bullets, so once again, need to lower Captain America's shield in order to be able to deal with this. And then, in a quick time event, you can defeat the Red Skull for the first time, only to have Armin Zola blow up the bridge. And now you see our challenge, other than fighting the Hydra soldiers, is to put out the fire, blow up the little things that are in our way, and build a new way across. And so to blow those things up, we're going to need Bucky. Fortunately, Bucky was destroyed by Hydra soldiers a second ago. He had better luck with this grenade. And yes, Red Skull is chucking stuff at us. Explosives from his side of the bridge. Here's another one. So you gotta keep avoiding those. So Cap uses the diving board, then his acrobat skill on these poles. And then he jumps right into Red Skull. And that marks the end of that particular phase of the level. So we're out of the Hydra factory, now we're into the a later mission where we're trying to track down Dr. Zola on the train. This is a famous scene from the movie because this is, of course, where Bucky gets separated from Cap and the rest of the Howling Commandos. And then we lose track of him until the second Captain America movie. Now, being on the train is a little difficult because you can fall off the sides. There are some places to catch on to, but I found that moving around and staying on the train was more difficult than you might think. And again, it's probably easier to do with Bucky just because you can stand in one place and shoot his gun, whereas Cap will dance around the screen when he fights people. And you can't always be guaranteed, just like that, where he's going to end up when that happens. I'm not saying you can't have Bucky fall off the train, because I mean, that's what happens in the movie. In fact, I think you're going to see me do it at least once here. But it's just easier. There you go. Here's some gold Lego stuff. We can't do anything about that here. And there we go again. And here the game has spawned a Hydra soldier in between the train. Although I help him out by basically having Bucky fall off. Now, those deaths, because of falling off the train, probably prevented me from reaching true Avenger status in this playthrough. And this is another place where you're going to see a jump cut, because what happens is I get Captain America stuck in that little hole, and I was unable to get him out for a few minutes. And you didn't need to see me frustratingly watch Captain America die over and over again, so I cut to when I put out the rest of the fire and set up the things that you actually are supposed to use to build the little switch here. And stuff that allows the captain to use his double jump to escape this area. Again, kind of hard to see in the dark. And so we lose Cap there to, again, another Hydra guy, because we don't keep our shield lowered, and then we fall off the train. And I'm sure there was a point when I was going through this level the first time that I was like, okay, I just want to get off of the train. I just sort of want to be done with this. But first thing that can help is to go get Bucky. So that's what we're going to do here. We built a thing that will allow Bucky to use his grappler to climb up. There he is. And now we can switch back to the guy with the gun. Now, these electric thingies are protected by silver plating, so we got to blow that up with our grenades before we can shoot the exposed electricity, with our normal gun. And then we can just fall off the train, which unfortunately respawned us all the way back to where the little rope was. Yeah, and brought the Hydra guy back. Not cool. So we use Captain America's special move to get rid of one guy, and then we fall off the train again. And I'm feeling like if we were going to be less age-friendly in this video, there would be a lot of stuff happening every time I said fall off the train, because, hey, and we fell off the train again, because it keeps happening. So, like I said, I'm just glad to get the opportunity to be Bucky and not have to worry so much about staying in one place while attacking people. There's something Bucky obviously can't do, and that's survive getting hit by a big laser. So we'll let Captain America's shield reflect the laser back at the cannon, blow the cannon up. And Cap puts out the fire. Now we're advancing into the train to set off the final sequence. And this is where things get a little confusing, because I'm not exactly sure what specifically triggers the final cutscene here. I don't know if it's killing all the Hydra guys or reaching a point too close to Zola. But, it always seems like he just cuts out. Just like that. And so, I will see you next time when we bring Captain America into the present day. See you then.